And my father had gotten one for me called "You Will Go to the Moon." In addition, they started the series of annual conferences called the Nobel Conferences
Okay.
that were held on campus every year in October. And the first year for the dedication ceremony, they had like 50 Nobel. Their
Wow.
largest gatherings ever.
Mhm.
Usually every year they would pick a topic and invite Nobel laureates and other key figures in the field.
Okay.
And so I was allowed to skip school to go
Mhm.
and sit and listen to these things and stuff like that. And I even got
Sure.
into some of the social events with these people, which
Mhm.
was absolutely fascinating to me to be able to actually ask questions of people like Sir Fred Hoyle and Murray
Wow.
Gell-Mann. Why don't you, have him send in an application, and if he can, if he's willing to come out here and spend, 3 months in
Uh-huh.
California, we'll put him through the ringer. And so I,
I mean, it must have felt like Star Trek literally came true.
yeah, it was absolutely fascinating. Should they close out? They had dual plumbing, so they could close off that line and go to the backup line. But of course, if that had problems, then they were already stuck. So they needed
Right.
somebody to take the data and do a projection based upon all the telemetry. And guess who was the fastest data analyst in the West at that time?
Okay.
So I got
Wow.
all these spools of paper tape that came out of the telecommunications
Uh-huh.
that had all the telemetry on this, and I ran the
Yeah.
calculator and then plotted on graph paper by hand the projection
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
the fuel loss, which was then taken to the highest levels of the
Okay.
laboratory for the decision making. And
Yeah.
they decided that based on my analysis,
Wow.
it wasn't severe enough to warrant switching over to the backup lines, which was kind of bummed out some of the propellant engineers because it's like, oh, well, we put these in here just for that, reason. But I first came to JPL. The way JPL is divided is you have the directorates, and then within them you have divisions.
Uh,
Morning, when the Voyager Viking landers landed, and the first pictures came back from the surface.
yeah.
I got up at 6 in the morning, which, if you know me, that's nearly impossible task. I'm not a morning person.
Oh,
For this, and they had the feed going live to the monitors in the Caltech students,
mm.
and it was like, oh yes, the first
Wow.
another planet, the
Yeah.
service planet.
Thought, wow, that's the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Basically to that level of fidelity, at least the outer planets.
Yeah,
And I thought, what an incredible time to be alive. That achievement happened, certainly obviously started before my lifetime, but that I was there to see that first family photo, so to speak.